Hello, everyone. Welcome to another surprise stream. We're doing a lot of streams to end out the month to kind of make up for the fact that we didn't do a whole lot of streams this month. We have a video coming out soon, so this will be a fairly short stream. We're going to go for about 40 minutes, 40 something minutes. We'll see. About 40 minutes sounds about right. So we won't be jumping over at all. We'll just end the stream and then everybody can go and watch the video. It's really just a ship sale video, so you guys can go and check that out as soon as this ends. But what I really wanted to do is I noticed there was a second ship sale. So I'm going to get that set up while people, kind of like waddle into the stream. But yeah, there's a second ship sale. So I'm going to go check that out. Let's see what we got here. Has some pretty interesting skins here. Like I think this is blue and white skins here. There's one for the Prospector, one for the Golem, and it looks like one for the Mole. Oh, there's one for the Atlas as well. Okay, very cool. And 21 other ships. That is crazy. C1, wow. So many other ships. This is crazy. They even got some Hull Limited ships in here. Wow, reselling the Pioneer? It looks like it's all the industrial ships except for like the Orion. It's crazy. Man, do I have to do another video on this? I might have to. This is a lot of ships to fit into a 40-minute live. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit this into a live. But the Pioneer and the Hull E is releasing in 6 waves. So there's one. Oh my goodness. What is the translation? What is the translation of the time? What's up, Matthew Ward? Let's see. I gotta figure out the time difference. It is currently 7:05 Coordinated Universal Time, which is UTC. So, real quick, let me get back to that. Where was that? Where was that? Oh, my bad. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Bam. All right, so let me make it bigger for you. All right. So these are the waves for the Pioneer and the Hull E. Just so people have this information. I'm not going to go over. There's 21 ships and some skins and stuff. I'm not going to go over all this. We don't have enough time. I'll have to just make another video. I had no idea there was 2 sales going on at the same time. That's 40, what is that? 43 ships for sale? That's absolutely insane. And they're doing all of this right before, what is that? Right before Invictus. So this is actually a really great time to buy industrial ships because we know that during Invictus, we're not going to see a whole lot of industrial ships. So this is actually a great time to buy this stuff. And it goes through April. So, okay, so it goes through April 4th. But look at this. You could buy a Pioneer and a Hull E. It's 7 o'clock UTC right now. So we already missed wave 1. But in about 5 hours from this being live, you'll be able to get wave 2 And then it looks like every 8 hours after. Oh, no, not every 8 hours. It goes, they skip a few days and then wait until the 3rd and the 4th. Wow, okay. So, yeah, if you guys are looking to get a Pioneer or a Hull E, then go for it. In my video, I talk about these CCUs. There's a few CCUs. Look at these skins. These we got the Keystone paint. There's a pack now where you can get all of the Atlas paints. Then there's the Golem Keystone paint. That's pretty cool. This one's I just not a fan of the way the Prospector looks that much. The Mole though, that's cool looking. That's definitely a cool looking skin. Can't wait to do a Golem or a Golem and a Geo review. I think those ships, or I think the Geo and the Golem are really nice additions. What about that price though? $60? Is that not insane? What was it? Let me see. Really quick. I think it was it $60? Was it 55? I think it's 55 war bonds, $60. $60 what is the other thing? $60 for credits. Starter pack, 67 bucks. That's not bad at all. I was flabbergasted when I saw $60. I was thoroughly shocked. Thoroughly shocked. Ooh, I should have probably bought this 4-paint pack here. I always forget to buy paints, but I don't know if I'll need a Golem, so it's probably not necessary, but 55 bucks, war bond, $60. I mean, you can't get much cheaper than that for a starter ship. So that it went from probably somewhere in the 5, 6 range to probably like somewhere in the 7, 8, 9 range. I don't know. I haven't flown it yet. But look at this. So we got the Coal Heart paint, which is like for the people who love the all black. We got the Fault Line, which is some cool little different colors here and there. Then we got the Keystone. This is the one I was talking about earlier. This is pretty cool, actually. I like it. It looks better up close. Then the Flashpoint, which is like just changes that to red. And then the Rockfall, which is probably a lot more like mining, like centered. That one looks, this is like Hazard. Actually, the default paint is really cool. I like this kind of bumblebee look. But if it was me, I'd probably go, if I was going to buy a skin, it'd probably be this one here. That one's a little plain for me. That one's a little plain for me. This is kind of wacky colors, but it doesn't really fit the ship, I don't think. But it would be unique. This one's a little drab, but I like all black, so that would be cool for me. But I'd probably keep the standard or go for the Rockfall. Yeah, this thing is shaping up to be pretty nice for the price. You know, yeah, looking like it'll be pretty nice. Anyway, back to me. I'll definitely do a ship sale guide on that one. What's up, Bristol? What's up, Bears? Got my shirt on today. You know, the Bears. What's up, Edo or Edo? What's up, Northern? What's up, Burger Pops? And what's up, Disarray? What's up, Eat Sick? And then I think that's everybody. All right, you say you like the Blue 4, you say you like the Golem or the Golem? Okay. Yeah, swarm mining. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. What is the site? Oh, that was just the RSI website. That was the RSI website. Here, I'll just drop the link in the chat here. Hold on one second. Let Let me get the link. All right. The Geo is super fast flying. Okay, did not know that. Yeah, I still haven't flown it yet. I should be able to either get on tomorrow or Sunday. I'll try for Sunday. I think Blue for you. I think you sent me a message saying uh, Sunday works better, so I'll try to get on Sunday. Bear down. Yeah, Hull E with no LTI. So yeah, the 6 month insurance is a little problematic. I think I wish CIG's policy was a little different. I think I get that LTI automatically over 1,000, but I also think anything over anything over 500 should automatically have 10 years insurance, and I think anything 250 and over should automatically have 5 years insurance, and then I think anything $100 and over should automatically have 24-month insurance, and then below that you can do whatever, but that would also devalue the LTI thing. I get it, but like I don't think as many people care. Yeah, but what's up, Cycloud? Yeah, so I think I'm kind of excited for 4.1. I haven't loaded it up yet. I need to load it up. I haven't even downloaded it yet. Um, but yeah, let me change my title because I always forget to do that. Here, let's go. Friday Live, and it is the 28th, and it is about, what is that thing called? All right, there we go. Can you use the subscriber coupon on a buyback? Well, I think you can. My answer would be yes, but I can just check that real quick. My answer would be yes, though. I would think so. I have a coupon, so I will put something that I recently melted in there. Let's see. What's something I would actually not mind buying back? Here, let's put this one in there. All right, so we'll put it in there. Yes, you can. You can indeed. You can't use credits unless you have buyback tokens, but you can use your coupon code. So there you have it. Let me actually put my coupon code in there though, just to make sure. Because it has the coupon line, but I didn't actually put the code in. So I don't want to tell you yes, and then it turns out that when you put the code in, it's like some other weird stuff. Let's see. Where is my coupon code? There it is. That's one thing I do like that CIG did is that they made it to where now, like, every 6 months you get that 20% coupon rather than like, I think it was every year or every 2 years. That makes it much more valuable to be a subscriber. Nope. Yeah, you can put it. Yep, you can put in the coupon code. I put mine in and it worked just fine. So you absolutely can. Look at that. That's some information that I know forever now. So did anybody pick anything up from this ship sale? If you haven't, you can watch my video when the stream ends and that'll work because, then you could see what I thought about the ship sale. There's actually 43 ships for sale, which is crazy, but I'm only looking at 22 of them in my next video. I'll have to do another one either tomorrow, well, most likely tomorrow. I'll do another one where I talk about the other ship sale, the one that I had on the screen earlier, but it's just too many. I could have did like a 2-hour video, but like most people have told me that they don't want to watch a 2-hour video. So 45 minutes makes more sense, and then tomorrow's will be probably even shorter than that. I could probably get the next one done in 30 minutes. So yeah, we'll see. The Atlas Geo and Atlas bundle comes with LTI. Would that be one item or two items in the hangar? And if two, would both have LTI? If you get the bundle and you pay cash for it, which means the war bond is cash, right? If you do that, you get LTI on both. What's up, David? What's up, White Denim? What's up, Sand Chimera? What's up, Rhino? Picked up the golem, and it pushed you into the whale tier. That's what I like to hear. Actually, no. I'm sorry that you're joining us. Sorry that you're joining us, SciCloud. Just know you don't have to keep going. You can stop anytime. But yes, I do like the fact that they gave us more 20% coupons. That makes me feel a lot better about being a subscriber. I mean, I support the game anyway. That's the main reason why I subscribe. So whether I get the coupons or not, I'm probably going to subscribe. But I'm unique in that way. But I know a lot of people are like, I would love to subscribe, but I just don't think it's worth it. So getting a 6-month 20% off coupon where you could save up to $100 is pretty cool. So you have to spend 1,000 to save 100, right? But at the same time, that almost all 6 months your subscription. So plus along the way you get stuff too, which makes it worth a little bit more than $100. So I'd say you get like a $200 value out of it, out of subscribing now, where is like before I would say it was probably a $50 value. So yeah, it's better. I hope they that next they change the concierge system. We definitely need more rewards for the lower levels, so that pushes especially the first level. Getting people to that $1,000 mark is the first major, like, I think, like, hard thing to do. Like, most people are like, I am not spending $1,000. So I think that's where you should have one of the biggest rewards, which I think the reward at the $1,000 level should be you can choose any ship under $150 or less, and it's yours. Any ship under $150 or under 155, let's say, and yeah, it's yours. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Like, that would get a lot of people who are like, oh, so like I can spend 1,000 and get $850 or get $1,150 worth of value out of it, and that would push a lot of people, I think, over the top for that, because a lot of people are like, I like, they'll come up to that $1,000 mark, and like that's their limit, because they're like, well, I'm a whale if I go over that $1,000 mark. Well, truth be told, you're a whale if you spend anything more than like $120, because most people, even when they buy like a special edition for a game, are only spending $120 on that game. So I mean, you could say maybe 150 if you go over 150. That's being generous though. So if you spend more than 150, you're already a whale. So just so you know, but you're a baby whale. 1,000 is still technically baby whale. There's some of us who have who could have fed a small country with the amount of money we spent on a video game, and it's sad. It's we our senses have not been strong. The force has not been strong with us. Uh, but it's all good. You know why it's all good? It's all good because the game's gonna be awesome, and we're gonna have a bunch of ships that are hangar queens sitting in our our fake digital homes, and we're gonna be able to walk past them and be like, cool, cool, cool. It's like when people own like 4 or 5 cars when they're rich. They like go and like you can only drive one, obviously, but it's like, oh, that's cool, and I just like looking at it. But the thing about cars is you can actually sit in them and you can actually drive them in real life. So, yeah, there's that. What's up, Citizen Ninja? What's up, Mishi? Okay, bought 2 Geos, left one, and then used store credit to upgrade one to a golem. A golem. Okay, makes sense. I bought 2 golems because I want to give one away. I can't remember. I did so many lives over the last few days that I forget what I keep saying on them. So I got to go back. But I want to give away uh, some stuff on live, and I think I said I would give away a Geo. So if I bought one and I'm not giving one away, that's going to be really weird. But I'm pretty sure I said I was going to give one away. But I might need to buy a second one, and maybe I'll just give away 2 Geos. So like, no, yeah, I think a Geo and then like something else. What else did they have for sale? I think I need to do a vehicle. So maybe a Cyclone MT. Yeah, maybe a Cyclone MT. I like the Cyclone MT. I like to give away ships that I actually like. Or like I don't want to just give you anything useless unless you know unless CIG gives me something and then I'll be like, all right, you guys can have that. But I already bought the Geo, so that's for sure going to be one of the things I'm giving away. But I have to figure out the other one, which I think the Cyclone MT sounds good. What would be the best way to ask you about fleet recommendations? Uh, I would say if you want to ask me directly, you can ask me now. We still got like 20 more minutes in the stream. I can help you now. Or if you need like more long-term help, you could go to the Discord. And even if I can't help you, like we have a bunch of people in there that have like we had a really great community in our Discord. So you can go in there, and a lot of people will definitely help you in our Discord. We got a lot of people who've been following the game even longer than me. So, um, otherwise, direct message on Discord. You might have to wait a while for like a larger fleet, but if you got like a smaller fleet, I could probably get to that a little quicker. I do get a lot of messages in Discord, so apologies if I don't respond to all of your messages quickly. I get a lot of messages because I do have it like open. So that happens. You said you think I should do a poor man's giveaway month, a paint for a starter ship, a piece of hangar decor, and an FPS armor weapon. Maybe I'll do that for April. Well, no, I already said I'm doing some stuff for April. Maybe for May. Maybe for May. Since May is already an exciting month. Maybe. I think all of my giveaways are poor man's giveaways because I am poor. The golden price probably surprised everyone. Yes. I don't know anybody unless they were like data mining that thought that price was going to be 60, 55 and 60. I think the lowest I had heard was $80. I think that's the lowest I had heard. Oh, Cycloud, you're a Vulcan fan? So am I. So am I. Vulcan is gonna be like my non-combat daily driver, so I'm all for it. Yeah, you're right, San Chimera. The first 3 tiers of concierge are junk. We need, I think that first one should be like any ship under 150 bucks is yours. I think the second one should be like a massive gear drop. Like you should get like four sets of armor, three weapons, and like what else? What else? And like five paints. I think that's what like you get like, a bunch of stuff. Like it's like, yeah, this isn't like a ship, but we just gave you a ship, right? At the lower tier. But now we're gonna just give you a bunch of stuff you can use in the game. And I'm talking about, you should go further than that, right? It shouldn't just be those things. It should be like give them like a bunch of meta pins or med pins and a bunch of like just everything. I like at least one of everything that you can collect and give them some decor, some chairs. Like it's all digital, right? It's all free. And this person just spent $2,500 in the game. So like why wouldn't you give them like a bunch of stuff to make that feel like wow, like this is crazy. I just feel like you would have so many more people being like, wow, I want to do that. Cause like you get the $150 ship and it's like, well, what should push me to the next level? Well, you get like a $500 gear drop if you go to the next level, right? So like you get like literally the day you start the game, you're gonna have all this gear and stuff, right? Um, and then I think at 5,000, um, I think maybe you give like a few vehicles away, right? Like, um, because you don't want it to always just be a ship, right? You give like a few vehicles away, and you give like maybe one limited edition, like one that you don't sell anymore, or that's very difficult to get, or that's like limited in some other way, like a glaive or something, like a scythe or something like that, right? Um, and maybe there's a unique skin that you only get at that mark. Like you can't get this unless you spend $5,000 on the game. Or well, no, because we don't want things that you only can get in concierge. So I'd say it would have to be something that you only get that is extremely difficult to get in the game. Not impossible to get, but extremely difficult to get. But yeah, I would say five vehicles. A one-seater like a hover bike. Then it should be a two-seater, and then it should be a three-seater, and then it should be a four-seater, and then it should be something that carries a bunch of people. Like, and then five vehicles is what you get for hitting the $5,000 mark. I mean, come on. Like this is easy. Oh, San Chimera, thanks for the subscription. Appreciate that. If you didn't know, you can subscribe with Prime. So if you have a Amazon Prime membership, you can always go and get a free Twitch subscription and use that. And I appreciate it if you use it for our channel. We are slowly growing, trying to get to that 500 follower mark. We got, I think, 10 subscribers right now, so that's all great. But yeah, and then what's the next one? 10,000. 10,000. I think you got to go back to a ship, and I think at 10,000, what do you get at 10,000? You already get the F8C, but I think you should get something else, and I think it should be something bigger. So I think you should get the F8C plus something else. I'm trying to think of another ship, but it would have to be more expensive or around that same amount. Yeah, I think you should get. So that's like a unique fighter. I think you should get a unique industry ship. But I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any like unique industry ships that you can't get that are like difficult to get or anything like that. Maybe you get your choice of mid-level industry ship. Or no, better yet, your choice of any industry ship under $500. Yeah, I think that works. I mean, you could probably like come up with something for that, but like, yeah, you get one like ship that's basically saying here's $300, and then you get another ship that's like anything under $500, and then just to top it all off, three skins for each one of those, just to like be like, thanks. This is like a crazy, because it's a crazy achievement. You spent $10,000 on one game. I think that's intense. And then everything above that, I guess we're almost done. We might as well keep going. What do we got? 15,000. I think the 600i that they give away at the $25,000 mark, move that to the $15,000 mark. And then I would also give any limited ship, any limited ship uh, less than $1,000, and you should be able to buy. Once you get to that $15,000 mark, you should be able to buy as many of those as you want. You get one for free, and then after that, you should be able to. Those ships are no longer limited for you, but you can max out like how many that a person can buy. Like you could say most that you can buy is 5 of these, or something like that. But I think you should remove the limitations for people who spent that much money, and I think that would push a lot of people up there. And then for 25,000, I think they should get one of. I mean, at 25,000, well, I guess 25,000 isn't it's the top as far as like Legatus, but you could get that $48,000 pack, right? I would say at 25,000, you should have full access to purchase any ship that you want. Still limited to that 5 per person, but I think at that point, you got to give them the most expensive ship in the game. At 25,000, you got to give them whatever the most expensive ship is in the game, and if a new ship tops it, you got to give them that one too. You know, as long as it's before the game comes out. Once the game comes out, you can solidify it. But yeah, 25K, Chris Roberts give you a foot rub. Nah, that's for the people who buy that $50,000 pack. That's the foot rub. That's the foot rub price. And I think if you spend the 50 grand on ships, like you should get every new ship that comes out at least for like a year. Like every new ship that comes out after you spent it, you should get for like the rest of the year, right? So like I spent this and I don't want it to be like, oh, I spent this 50,000 at IAE and then 2 months later a ship comes out that's like $600 that now I got to spend $600 for. Like I would say you should get every ship that comes out for a year after you spend that 50 grand, and it should just be added to the pack. That way you get people that don't feel like they got, cheated because they bought it too early or whatever. Yeah. I don't know how many times I've done that, but I think I've already said like how easy it is to fix the concierge program. But it requires like CIG really being willing to like put their best foot forward and say, hey, like we really appreciate the fact that you guys have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on a game where you really only have to spend $60. Actually, at a point you could have spent only $45. So yeah. What else we got? What questions we got in here? We got like, I'd say like 5 to 10 more minutes on the stream. All right, Mishi said, I'm really interested in base building. I watch your videos on Endeavor and Galaxy. If I have a Pioneer, do you think those 2 ships would help the Pioneer? So what is that? Endeavor and Galaxy? Endeavor is more science. Yeah, I would say the Endeavor and Pioneer they're pretty good. I wouldn't say the Endeavor helps the Pioneer. It might in some ways because it gives you resource. The Endeavor helps you find the resources, and the Pioneer can mine the resources because now it has the mining things in its feet. But also, I think the Endeavor is helping you with like figuring out. We don't know exactly how science is going to work. We have some idea, but the Endeavor might allow you to come up with scientific things that help you with being able to better the buildings that you're building or better all the parts that you're making. And we do know it has the super collider, so it would help you. But I think it's more of a like, I could find a way that it would help, but I don't think it's obviously helping. Whereas the Galaxy, I don't know that helps the Pioneer at all, except it's a smaller base builder. It's like the large base builder. So then you wouldn't have to use your Pioneer for everything. But honestly, until we know what the BLD is really going to have, like Until that comes out and it's in game, I probably wouldn't focus on the Galaxy because it's not going to get that manufacturing thing for a while now. We know that. So I would say better ships that work with the Pioneer. I'd say like your Carrack or your Odyssey. I would go Odyssey, but I know some people favor the Carrack. I would say the Odyssey goes well because the Odyssey can go out and like scan everything and see where everything is. Odyssey or Carrack can go out, scan everything, see where everything is, and then you can bring out your Pioneer. And then the if you're looking for like a modular ship, I get why you would get the Galaxy, but I would say that if I had that, I would probably go and get something that I can mine with. That I can't build with the Pioneer. So I would probably go out and get an Arastra or something like that, so that I could take things like obviously when you park your Pioneer, you're going to want to keep that where it is until it mines all the resources, right? But like I would take something like an Arastra, which can do some cargo and it can do, refinery stuff, which means you have more refinery work going on, so you could feed into your Pioneer, and it can do mining. So I can imagine putting some geos on there, some rocks, and like going crazy with a small enough crew, and that's the largest miner you can have on planet. So to me, those two make a little bit more sense. But the Endeavor is always a great ship to have. So don't let me don't let me steer you away from an Endeavor. I think an Endeavor is one of the best ships that anybody can own. So, but as far as like what works best with the Pioneer, I'd probably go with those other two. You mentioned the Galaxy to go in and start the build. Is that for risk? Because I thought Pioneer did everything. The Pioneer, as we don't know for a fact that the Pioneer will do everything faster. We assume it will, but the Galaxy can go in and build. It is based on, I would say that is based on risk, because if you lose a Galaxy, that's much cheaper than, of course, uh, you're losing your Pioneer. But the Galaxy also isn't getting those features for a very long time. So we don't have any details on whether it'll be faster to build with like a smaller ship or with the Pioneer. I would guess it would be faster with the Pioneer, but we can't confirm that. What's up, Paul? Absolutely, you can sub for free with Prime. Not on YouTube though, that's on Twitch. Oh, for the packs, I think I talked about that on a previous live as well. Packs are easy as well. Make sure that everybody's saving at least 30%. Like if I buy a pack, I should be saving no less than 30%, 33% actually. Save me one third of the price. People would buy packs even if they could like get a better deal doing CCUs. Instead of going through all the trouble of CCUs, I can get a guaranteed 33% discount. I'm buying a pack. Like a lot of people are. Well, I've been playing for too long, but like there's a lot of people who would buy a pack and skip over the CCU game just because they're guaranteed that 30%. What's up, Full Nelson? What's up, Yeti? What's up, D14? What's up, JF? We're hopping off in like 2 minutes though. You guys are late. Sorry, we're hopping off in a few minutes. I just wanted to come in here and let everybody know why I only did one ship sale video. So that ship sale video, it'll premiere right after I end the stream, which is in like a minute or so. But yeah, I only did the 4.1 sale, but there is another sale. I'll do a video on that one tomorrow, just so everybody's like prepared for that. Um, Let me get this last question though. At the price, would the Golem be a good idea to upgrade a referral bonus ship to, or y'all think someone would outgrow it quickly? I currently use referral bonuses for ground vehicles. Personally, I use referrals for things that I know for a fact that I'm going to keep, but I've done a lot of research to ensure that I know what I want to keep. I would only upgrade referrals to things that I know are never melt. Even then, I know there's people that are hesitant to do it. So I would say my first answer to you is no. I wouldn't upgrade a referral bonus to anything I'm not 100% sure about. If I know I'm going to keep it, if I know it's going to be an in-game ship, then I would upgrade it. Other than that, I would keep my referral until like very close to when the game is going to release, and then make some of those decisions. What two-seater fighter would you use? Would you use Paladin? Doesn't count because it's a gunship. Two-seater right now is probably the Hurricane. All right, I gotta hop off. Go and watch my ship sale video. It's gonna release right after this. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next one.